What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I talk about not only the easiest side hustle ever created, ever known to mankind. I'm going to talk about how simple and easy it is to not only execute this side hustle, but common myths associated with this side hustle, and really how you can talk about any product for a given period of time. Heck, I'm talking about this side hustle. It's Amazon influencer, Casey, to know what it was. But I can talk about it for hours and hours. And the same holds true for any product that is in your house. And that is why, like I said before, it's the easiest side hustle ever known to mankind. So I talk about all that and a heck of a lot more. I'm fired up for this video. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, so let's get the party started and let's talk about the common myths that most people see when it comes to Amazon influencers. So I'm going to talk about those myths. I'm going to demystify them. And then I'm going to show you guys a couple of different ways that at the end of this, I'll show you a couple different ways of how to go about and make these videos. Because a lot of people make such a big deal about it. They're like, oh my God, I don't know what to say about these things. I don't know, Liz. I have no idea. So we're going to talk about all that and clearly a heck of a lot more. But I do want to remind you, if you do need my guide on the data that I've collected as to how to get approved on influencer, my email is below. So send me an email so you can tell me about what your problems are or what issues you've had with influencer in general. I'll be more than happy to send you back my data. I did get behind on sending those, so if you did request that, I will make sure to have that to you by the end of this week. But let's talk about myth number one, which is myth number one. A lot of people think to be successful, you've got to show your face. So it's got to be like here on YouTube where I'm showing my mug. You guys got to see my mug and see what I'm up to. The reality is you don't. However, I will say this, and this is a big tip for you. If you submit a social media profile looking to get approved, remember there's two phases you can get approved for on influencer. You need to pass both in order to be qualified as an influencer. Phase one is just your social media profile. It has to look legit. It has to look like you're an influencer, whatever the hell that means, right? You got to look like an influencer. If you don't look like an influencer, you're not going to get past that. That is pretty robotic. It's a bot that's either accepting or disapproving people. So keep that in mind. It's a pretty quick and easy either approved or disapproved, and the bot will tell you immediately. And right away, you'll either feel fantastic, like you're ready to conquer the world, or you're going to feel like total dog shit and just want to quit and never come back. Well, don't do that because it's well worth getting in the program. So that is phase one. Now, phase two is where people commonly don't pass that and people aren't sure about it. Well, the reality is that it's all about congruency. So what do you mean by that? That's myth number one. If you showed your face on your primary social media profile where you get in and it doesn't look bought. So I'll kind of give you an example. It somehow has to match your face or your voice. Meaning, if it's your social media profile and you're on your social media profile and you're a girly girl on there, your name is like Gracie Lou and you're doing all sorts. Don't ask me where I came up with that, Demi, but Gracie Lou's dressed in dresses and she looks all cute and shit. And then all of a sudden, the 3 videos you upload is your boyfriend, Doug. And he's got fucking hairy arms and he's just a bear. And he's like, hey, this is Doug. I'm doing this review. If Doug is the guy doing the reviews, more than likely, you're not going to pass phase two. The same holds true if you bought an IG profile that had a ton of followers. Let's say the IG profile has 100,000 followers. It looks like you're reviewing car stuff and everything looks good. There's cars, there's fast women, there's armor all. That's the best thing I could think of on the McLaren. There's all sorts of shit like that related to automobiles, right? But then the review, and you got a bunch of girls in the profile, you've got no sign of a dude, whatever. And then phase two, there you go again. This time it's a dude, Doug, with his hairy damn arms, trying to get approved through there. More than likely that's gonna get canned. So congruency, it's gotta be congruent. It has to make a story. Is it believable that the person that owns the profile is now making the videos? And in some cases, you might need to show your face just for those first 3 videos. Only submit 3 to get approved through phase two. Once you submit those 3 and you get approved after that, you never have to show your face again. So no, you don't have to show your face. You might have to show your mug to get approved phase two. That's okay. Then you can remove those videos and start putting the rest of the videos that you have or will create. So remember that. Myth number 2, the quality of products that I review. How important is that? I see a lot of people saying, look at the quality of products. When you first start, you're bootstrapping this shit. Quantity trumps quality when you first get started with this. When you start to have to buy products out of your own pocket, then you want to look for quality. Then you start considering, all right, what other criteria do I want to include in order to be able to make an informed purchase and know that my purchase is going to go a long way and I'm going to make my money back. That's when you look at quality. But at first, it's quantity. Hell, whatever in the hell you got in your house, if it's listed on Amazon, do it. Like, if this Orange Theory hat was listed on Amazon, I would certainly have reviewed it. Right now, I've got a sample product I'm going to show you a couple things on in a minute. This I should review. If I wasn't going to be returning it, I would review it. Don't review a product that you're going to return. That's against the terms of service. But I'm not going to review this because I'm returning it just because it wasn't what I thought it was be. But if this thing was up on Amazon, I would review it. I will have to check the SD card. I will review it. Anything that is in my house is fair game. Quantity trumps quality when your brand's spanking new and you've got 0 reviews under your belt. You want just a massive amount of reviews. That's going to do best. And then finally, myth number 3 that I'm going to debunk is I can't talk about a product that long, Liz. I have no idea what to say about the product. What other kind of videos are best to make? Well, I'm going to demonstrate on this particular product the type of videos that we could make. Now, the first would obviously be an unboxing video. So it would be unboxing this thing to show people what comes in here. So it would include me like, all right, guys, we're going to take this out of the box and get a nice little box. It comes really nicely, tightly packed. And here's all the shit that comes in here. And of course, I'm not going to talk like that. I'm just, overdoing things. But what do we get in here? We've got a couple wipies to make sure we can wipe down our screen for our iPhone. And then it also has this nice little bracket where we can mount our iPhone on while we do put this tempered glass cover. So you're basically unboxing people and telling them what they're gonna get. You can even go over this card that they get. You can comment on the fact that they each come, all these little protector things, thingamajiggers come in these nice little styrofoam things so as to protect them. And it's all set up really nicely. It has great instructions that are included. You could show them the instruction sheet and go over it. And your goal, typically, I would try and spend at least 1 minute and 30 seconds reviewing this product. And a lot of people say, like, Liz, I don't have that much shit to say about this. Trust me, once you start talking about something like I'm doing here, a lot of shit will come out of your mouth. So that kind of sounds gross, but it's facts. A lot of it will come out of mouth. So that's kind of an idea. That's an unboxing video. That's the first type of video you could make. The second thing would be a demonstration video. So you could very well demonstrate by going through the instructions step by step what it's going to take to put this brand new tempered screen protector on someone's iPhone. So obviously I'm filming off of my iPhone right now just because I'm a lazy sack of turd and I don't want to bring out my camera, which is standing right behind my iPhone. And so I can't show you how I would demonstrate this on my iPhone, but you guys can use your imagination. It's pretty quick and easy to show them. It'll probably take you 2.5 to 3 minutes to put this on your phone, and that'll make for a fantastic video because people can see the ease of using this particular product and putting it into action. So that's the second type of video. That's a demonstration video. The next thing that I would go over is once you've demonstrated or you've used it for a while, you could do an update video on the things you love about the product itself. So I would go into detail about show how many cracks my tempered screen protector has endured because I'm throwing my iPhone like a lunatic. Maybe I'm tossing it at my girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever the hell is there in the line of fire, trying to hit them on the head just because they did something stupid, and my iPhone survived. So listing the things that you love about the screen protector. Obviously, a screen protector is something difficult that you could list things, but what kind of things do I like about my SD card reader, right? It plugs in real easy to my computer. It makes it real simple to not have to have another attachment, and it's portable. Those are the kinds of things I could talk about those things, as well as the next type of video is you do a guide. So a guide of how I go about and use this particular gadget. Some of these ideas are not going to apply to every product, like a guide on how I use the screen protector makes 0 sense at all, right? But a guide on how I use, for example, a keyboard that I use for gaming is, because there might be certain hotkeys that I like to use and set up, so that would work well on that. The other thing that you could do is always talk about hacks for using the product. So maybe tips that you've learned that will help people learn something that you had no idea was available. Like this could be on a mouse. Let's say you have a gaming mouse and you could set certain hotkeys and you had no idea certain hacks worked on it. You could explain those hacks. You could also give people tips on how to better use the product. So if you're using an air fryer and maybe you make the best quesadillas in the air fryer, you could explain to people how you go about and do that and show them an entire recipe being put together and then putting the product into use. So that covers multiple things that I just discussed. And then lastly, perhaps you could do a video on tips things that you wish you knew before you bought the product, right? I wish I knew this about the product. I wish I knew that about the product. And I would always, if there's something that you wish was different about the product, I always gently mention it. I don't want like Amazon getting pissed off, because remember, your job as an influencer is to get people to buy things. You don't want to deter them from buying them. So you want to be gentle about your recommendations and say, it would be nice if this had this, it would have been that much more useful. However, already the things that it has make it quite useful. So things like that. And overall, just talking about the features and benefits of the product. That's always important. So it could be a list of things that you like about the product. It could be just pinpointing things that you notice about the product after using it. And you can also do several reviews of each product. So if you say like, Liz, I don't buy shit, I'm a minimalist. Well, do a couple of videos about this particular thing. We already talked about showing the demonstration of the unboxing. That's one. Then number 2, showing you putting it on. And then number 3, doing a third video on an update as to things you like about this product, now having had it for over a week to 2 weeks. So there's an idea. That's all the things that you can do and how you would go about putting these videos together. So can you talk about these products for longer than a minute and a half? Absolutely. If you can't, I've got to start to be concerned about you, and you're probably in the wrong business. So if you can't do it, then have somebody enlist to help you out with that. Have your neighbor, have your friend, have your girlfriend, boyfriend, dog, cat. They might be able to say a little bit better things than you. They might be able to speak a little bit more eloquently than you. It's all good, people. Either way, like I said before, that's all it takes, is just talking about a product. So again, my email is below in case you do want that guide on how, or the data that I've collected that will help you hopefully get into the influencer program. It is well worth the wait and the effort. So again, questions, comments, go below. I always personally answer those, and I'll see you guys next time.